Hi guys. I decided to make a video again this week to talk about process essays since we are discussing them this week. I'm sorry if it's a little shaky. I'm close to outside, enjoying the beautiful weather today. So let's get started. This week, you guys will write a process essay, and I will talk to you in class about this, but just in case you need an extra practice, I'm making this video here. So let me share my screen with you with the process essay. So a process essay, we talked about this in class, is an essay that gives some sort of instructions. And it can be something really basic like how to make a cake, how to play soccer, how to swim, or it could be something more abstract, like how to be happy, how to be successful, how to pass this class. And in higher education, chances are you will have to do the more complex topics. You know, a professor in college class is not going to ask you how to cook your favorite dish, but a professor might ask you to describe how to be a successful college student. So the example I have here is more abstract like that. So this is how to be happy in 3 easy steps. So here I'm talking about happiness in a sense of, happiness is definitely subjective. People have different views of happiness. So I'm not telling you what it is to be happy, but in a general idea of what you should do to be happy. So let's take a look at the introduction. So we all know that usually an essay begins with an introduction. This is very basic essay structure. So let's begin. People are always searching for things that make them happy. For example, many people work very hard to improve their employment because they want to find a better job to make themselves happy. So here we could say this is the hook. I'm kind of describing what it is to be happy, right? It might be different for other people. And here say other people search for happiness by purchasing things they want. It is not bad to search for happiness, but many people do not understand that lasting happiness does not depend on having certain things. So here I'm also talking about a misconception that some people think that money brings happiness. So all of this could be like the background, the hook, ideas for my essay. It doesn't depend on the circumstances of a person's life. It depends more on how life is lived and people are loved. So here I'm giving my opinion of how to find happiness. I'm saying you find happiness more about how you're living your life. There are things that people can do to live a happy life, regardless of the situation. In order to live a happy life, people should build relationships, be grateful, and help others. So we all know, I hope, by this point, that this is my thesis statement. In this, I hold my main idea, which is how to be happy. Oh, my dog is barking. How lovely. And it's a how-to because I'm saying in order to live a happy life, people should do certain things. And then we know that in my body paragraphs, I will talk about relationships, be grateful, and help others, right? Build relationships. Okay, let's keep going this way here. So now we can assume, based on this thesis statement, that my first body paragraph will be about building relationships. So let's check if I'm right. Okay. The first thing that people should do to live a happy life is build relationships with other people. There you have it. Build relationships is my first idea here. Building relationships can include both making new friends and strengthening relationships that already exist with friends and family members. These relationships lead to greater happiness because people who have strong connections with other people are less lonely, especially in difficult times. So here I'm saying why having relationships is important. So when you're describing a process, Tell me why that process is important. Tell me why I should not skip that process. They have people who they can talk to and people who can offer comfort to them. And then I have another reason that strong connections can increase happiness. Notice that I'm using a different word instead of building relationships. I'm also talking about strong connections. Is that they create a network of people who can offer advice. Knowing that there are friends who can offer this advice to help solve a problem can help people feel happier. Strong relationships also lead to greater feeling of belonging and security, which in turn lead to greater happiness. Building these relationships is an essential step to living a happy life. Yeah, so notice here, I have a few things to talk about this paragraph. First, I describe my step, which is build relationships. I tell you what they are so we can make new friends or strengthen the ones that we already have. So here I'm really describing what it means to build relationships. And here I'm describing why and how they can make people happier, right? Okay, now let's take a look at the second body paragraph. In addition to nurturing relationships, so notice this is what we call a bridge. A bridge connects the previous to the next paragraph. People who want to be happy should be grateful. So we know the second paragraph will be about being grateful. People who are grateful open their eyes to see all of the good things in their lives, and they express gratitude to people who help them. So here I'm describing what it means to be grateful, right? What is it? What is it to be grateful? Many people have noticed that by opening their eyes to see the good things they have and choosing to have gratitude, their perspective changes. They spend more time focusing on positive thoughts instead of focusing on things that are negative or difficult. Thoughts create perspective. So intentionally creating positive thoughts will lead to a more positive perspective. So here I'm saying why it's so important to be grateful. It's important to focus on the good things, not on the negative things, because the more you think of the good things, the more good things come to you. So great here. Regardless of struggles they have, they choose to focus on the gifts they can see. Gratitude, which is another form for grateful, can change people's perspective and help them be happier. Okay, regardless of their situation. The last body paragraph here, I have finally serving others. This is my main point here. Can make people happier. This is my topic sentence. Remember, don't forget to have topic sentences. Serving others can include doing simple things like listening to a friend who is having a hard time or preparing a meal to share with someone who is sick. Again, right after I introduce my step, I'm defining what it is, right? Don't assume your reader knows everything. Don't assume your reader can read your mind, right? You need to make sure you say things clearly. These simple acts not only improve other person's life, but they also bring happiness to the person who is serving. This happiness is a natural result of lifting another person's burden. Helping others also helps in the other areas of building happiness. It strengthens relationships. So here I'm connecting to my previous topics. Strengthens relationships, which was my first topic, and it helps people feel more gratitude, which was my second topic. So this is something that is optional. You could make sure that these topics are connected. For example, if I'm asking you to tell me how to succeed as a college student, maybe the first thing would be pay attention in class. The next thing would be ask good questions. The third one is practice and do your homework. And when you're talking about practicing and doing your homework, you can say that when you do that, it makes you pay more attention in class because you're doing your work. And it also helps you ask better questions because you're doing your work, right? So you can connect with your other topics there. When people serve others, they can become good friends by showing how much they care and want to help. People feel more gratitude because they see the problems other people face. They find ways that their life is blessed. Serving others is an essential key to living a happier life, right? So all of these are kind of filling in. This is a concluding sentence that I connect back to the topic, which is serving others, and then connect to the main topic, which is to be happier. Here's my conclusion. The conclusion can be short and simple, especially in a process essay. If people want to have a happier life, they should serve others, be grateful, and strengthen their relationships with other people. Again, this is the summary, right? This is pretty much your thesis statement again. Each of these things focuses on people and perspective rather than money and material possessions. So just like in my introduction, I said that money is not what brings you happiness. Exactly, I'm going back to that. People bring joy to other people in a way that possessions can never imitate. Perspective can make a lasting impact on a person's life in a way that a promotion simply can't. So here I'm going back on the idea that having good perspective in life is better than having money or a good job. Regardless of the circumstances of an individual's life, that individual can choose to focus on happiness in a real, genuine way if he wants to. Finding lasting happiness is really a simple search. That search begins as soon as people start looking beyond temporary things that only bring temporary happiness. Now, again, what is something that brings temporary happiness? Money, things, a new phone, a new car. Those things bring you happiness, but not forever, right? So here I'm kind of reflecting on the idea of happiness. Now, this is a student's paper. It's not a perfect essay. Let's take a look at the word count. Word count. Where is the word count? There it is. So this one is about 675 words. It's a little bit longer than what I expect you guys to produce. I want you guys to produce about 400 or 500 words at this level. But you can have an idea that a process doesn't have to be super simplistic. It can be a little bit more complex. You can have some thought. So I don't want you to write an essay. Here's how to make a cake. First, get the ingredients. Second, blah, blah, blah. Third, I don't want you to do that. I want you to be a little bit more thoughtful and really think about what you're writing, okay? So if you have any questions, you can enter a comment below. I will answer them. Or if you are my student from this session, you can send me an email as well, and I'll gladly answer your questions. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.